I really want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Baba Kakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Jim Master as well. Peace, blessings, salutations to Yakim out there pushing forth the truth and sincerity, waiting for the return of our Lord, and staying strong, pushing, keeping their minds settled, on rocky foundation of Yahushua. This is not going to be long. So this is the Guardian article came out Thursday, 17 February 2022. As you can see, LGBT rights, it's a record 7.1% of Americans identify as LGBTQ. Gallup poll finds. This is a freaky society that we live in. Everybody is open. They have no, they're not circumspect. Whatchamacallit, their eyes are fully set to do evil. They call evil good and they call good evil. They're not for a family structure. They're for themselves, their own, feelings, their emotions. And this has been pushed. And this is all for the New World Order. Everybody be on drugs, everybody to be freer, to be liberated, a freak, nasty, through. Because we all understand that a woman that has a very promiscuous lifestyle is very mentally fucked up. You're supposed to have kids when you're young. Men and women supposed to get together at a young age, because again, you start getting your a man can reproduce at the age of 12, 13. A woman can bear children at the age of 12 and 13. So that's a critical time that the children shall be groomed up as in the way he shall go. Us being so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans, these what we do these lessons for. Us being so-called Negro, Latinos, Hispanic, Native American, being the Hebrew Israelites, it's a standard that we have to uphold. We are holy people, so we have to be in order and have discipline. It's not about yourself. It's all about Yahweh Shem Shah. But contrary to the world we live in, due to the so-called white man, we again wanting to have this freak house, playhouse. Everything is Pee Wee Herman's playhouse. He can easily just bring in this new world order. Because again, if a man is a goddamn freak, he's for everything. He's just all about pleasure. Being a freak, indulging in all types of wicked things, pedophilia. And again, women in the state of their minds that they're in, they don't give a damn about anything. They just care about having fun. So I said the percentage of adults in the U.S. who identify as LGBTQ has doubled over the past 10 years. A Gallup study has found, according to the poll results Thursday, a record 7.1% of American adults identify as LGBTQ, jumping from 3.5 in 2012. The increase in LGBT identification in recent years largely reflects the higher prevalence of such identities among the youngest U.S. adults compared with the older generation. They are replacing in the U.S. adult population, Gallup noted of the poll, which was conducted in 2021 on 12,416 American adults. The poll also found that 21% of Generation Z Americans, those born between 1997 and 03, who have reached adult identify as LGBTQ, more than double the proportion of millennial adults who do so. Among millennials, those born between 81 and 96, 10.5 identify as LGBTQ. This mark is a modest 4.7, increase from 2012. And me and the brother Rob was talking, these parents, man, they're not even fucking parents. They're fucking kids. They're just they're wicked, they're nasty, they're still trying to be young. Here it is. I forgot what brother said it, but 40 and 50, is a new 20. And the shit is fucking pathetic, man. I've, I've not too long ago I was amongst Benjamin, and here it is. You got these old fucking women, clearly in their goddamn late 50s, about to be 60s, still wearing tight ass shit. And I know a couple Benjamite women that they think they're fucking young, man. They're damn near in their 60s, man. And when you look at it, you be like, yo, man, that shit is disgusting looking. And man, again, and this is all a trickling effect. And due to the pain and the hurt, these women fucking through, liberated, burnt out, can't pair a bond. They'll just put their daughters or their little cousins, girl cousins, or their little nieces on that same facade that they shouldn't trust men. So what women do, that they got this heavy defense up. So the majority of them just turn gay. They'd be like, why should I trust a man? Men are bad, men are evil, so I'll just deal with a girl. She can do me no harm. And again, it's just a trickling effect. And now men are deprived, men are broken, men can't. Again, this new generation is fit from girls 15 to 24. They're way more have way more sexual partners than the males. So they said the percentages are even smaller among Generation X, baby boomers, and traditionals, all below 10%. Only 4.2 Generation X adults who are between 42 and 57 identify as LGBTQ. 2.6 of baby boomers who are between 58 and 76 identify LGBTQ. Lastly, among the traditionals, adults, those born 1946, only about 0.8 identify as LGBTQ. So that shows you Esau has really been working. Esau really has been pushing that witchcraft, that sorcery amongst the people. What is that? Isaiah 47. And again, they're pushing this across the four corners. So it said those percentages have more or less remain. I'm going to just jump down. Let me see. In addition, the poll found that half of LGBTQ Americans, 50%, identify as bisexual, making up 4% of the total U.S. adult population. 20% of LGBTQ Americans identify as gay, 14% lesbian, 10% transgender, 4% something else. Let me see. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I don't really got that much more to go, but let me see. No, I'm going to read this out, but not the whole thing. I'll just read this and this part, and I'm going to end it. I'm going to bring forth scripture and I'm going to end it. So it says, nearly 1 in 6 Generation Z adults, or 50%, identify as bisexual. Meanwhile, 6% of millennials, 2% of Gen Xers say they are bisexual. The percent of those who identify bisexual among Generation X, baby boomers, and traditional far below 2%. According to the study, women 6% are more likely than men 2% to indicate that they are bisexual. Yeah, and I remember, well, now you remember, you go around these days now, you'll see a little, teenager girl, 15, 16, 17. You talking about she's gay. She think that shit is cute, walking around holding hands, kissing girls. And that, that's being pushed, what is that? They got that song, that fucking, man, I fucking hate rap music. And also amongst Northern Kingdom music, that new, reggaeton, the new sound of reggaeton, and the new Spanish music, so-called Latino music. Shit is all wicked, and it's promoting a lot of homosexuality, men wearing dresses and so forth, and women just overly promiscuous, manly, masculine, and then gay, bisexual. So it says, Gallup predicts that with 1 in 10 millennials, 1 in 5 Generation Z members identify. So I'm going to jump down. These young adults, Generation Z, are coming of age, including coming to terms with their sexuality or gender identity at a time when Americans increasingly accept gays, lesbians, transgender people. And like I said, we're clearly in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. and LGBT individuals enjoy increasing legal protection against discriminations, Gallup said. So according to Gallup, 70% of Americans are currently in support of same-sex marriage, marking a steep increase from 1996 when only Esau has been working. So it said from 70% now from 96, only 27% of Americans supported it. And now you have 70, that's over half of the population, man. So that shows you, the times that we're in. We're clearly in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. So let me see Sodom and Gomorrah as an example. So 2 Peter 2:6 is turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes condemned with an overthrow, making then an example unto those that should after live ungodly, and deliver just Lot, vexed with filthy conversation of the wicked. And just hearing these people will vex your spirit, because we actually live in a time now. If you talk about a regular man and woman relationship, it's 1,000 fucking pain and sob stories. Especially when a man talking about he wants more than one woman, which is lawful. But when you talk about same sex, 2 men, 2 women, they speak as if that's just the best thing. That's popping. They it's nothing but good words. But again, when you talk about a man and a woman, then that's when, because that's what the so-called white man has done. He created a gender war amongst men and women. So now women hate men and men can't trust women. And then all this leads into homosexuality, a land of much perverseness and promiscuous. I can't say the damn word, but and a lot of unlawful shit that happens. What is that? Romans 1, I believe. Romans 1. So it says So Romans 1 and 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the incorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible man, into birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own body between themselves. And again, your body is the temple. So what's going on now is you got a lot of people into a lot of nasty promiscuity. That's the word. Unlawful, nasty sex. Women loving anal sex, men loving getting pegged. There's all this booty eating and wicked, nasty, orgies and women on women, threesomes, foursomes. Men watching their woman getting banged, their wives getting banged, 2 men and 1 woman. It's just a freak show now. Double dipping. So it's a hoot. So jump down to 364. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna do that. Wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own body between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh to a lie. The so-called white man did. Again, he broke down, marriage. What the love, relationship between a man and woman. He made it, into a bunch of confusion and problems. And another thing that he did was use celebrities and their bullshit. Because again, you go to the what you call it, it's like they said Rocky Rihanna thing. Then you have you go to the grocery store, you see those magazines. It's always Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie fucking divorce, bunch of a bunch of fucking bullshit, man. So that again, that breeds and a lot of dysfunction between men and women. You keep on pushing that out there on TV. You make these movies, and man had a woman, and man, this devil really has used that fucking TV as sorcery and witchcraft, man. So it says, for this cause, Yahweh gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Sleeping with women, fucking with dykes. Again, watch Fresh and Fit, Kevin Samuels, and you'll see that these women are really against the nature. They don't. It was a chick on Fresh and Fit today. I was watching it. She just clearly said, "I don't even want children." But you got to be a low down fucking evil person to sit there and say you don't want a child, or you are against family. You're against structure. So it says and these what is that I believe in Titus, that tells you a woman how a woman should adorn themselves, and then it all goes back into the order of how the Lord has said it. Yahweh Shem has said it: a man, a woman, and the children. So it says and likewise also the men. Because, men, you get to a point, what, man, fuck this shit, man. We're just going to do each other. And again, porn destroys men. Yes, porn destroys men. Yes, if you sleep with a lot of escorts and deal with a lot of fucking promiscuous women, that can destroy you as a man. Yes, it really can. And the science, and this is why Esau pushes this shit, because he knows this, man. He knows when a woman have a lot of men, it destroys her. Again, then they can push that bullshit to her for her to be so-called into the society and get her own. That's just a New World Order fucking baby, man. So they can make her into a useful object until they're done with her to the New World Order. And then she just falls on the wayside. Same thing with men. When a man can't get no pleasures or can't get no women, he again, it tells you a man that doesn't have a wife, he goes around groping and groaning. And Esau knows this, and what happens, man? He goes into watching a lot of porn, which destroys him mentally. He started messing with he started going to those strip clubs, and you know and that all fucks up your ego, and it messes you up mentally. Messing with a lot of these escorts, man, that really can mess you up too, because you start to really have a disdain for women. But again, this is what society breeds, and it all see the relations that Esau has now done between men and women. It all roads to the New World Order and homosexuality. And it all, again, is to really just to destroy. 'Cause that's what wickedness does. It's just wicked. That's what wickedness does. There's no end to wickedness. And then again, eventually you're going to be destroyed. And it's going to, because you're going to be destroyed. You're really happy. Only time you're really happy is when you know how to control your emotions and control your feelings. You're a man of discipline, a woman with discipline. Because you can know how to decipher what's right and wrong. And now you're fighting to uphold order. And this society is no order. So, and likewise also the men leaving the natural use of the women, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. We don't have to go into Deuteronomy 22:5, which tells you about man not to wear what pertains to a woman. Same thing with a woman. A woman should not wear what pertains to a man. Again, this is what Esau pushes, man. You know, like you just saw it. It says, according to Gallup, 70% of America. I'm gonna tell you something too, man. As men, you better be careful being out here too, cause you think you walk, you go to a bar or something, or you'll just be out and about, be at your job, and you be like, yo, this dude seem cool, man. That nigga's a faggot. He like you. You know, you gotta be very careful, man, cause these men are fucking wicked, and these men are freaks, and you see it. 7% of Americans are currently in support of same-sex marriage, and a lot of these guys, they'll do some, they'll go get a tranny, they'll have men. Yo, man, I'm telling you, this world that we live in has to be destroyed. And you got these Edomites that starting with their leads on down to the low level cracker, your Roy in West Virginia cracker. That again, he is in power, he's in rule. His whole way of him is uplifted. People want to be like the so-called white man. So pretty much what I'm saying, everybody wants to be free. And the so-called white man, and through his spirit that he put on all these people, everybody wants to be free. Everybody wants to, how you say it, try something. I'm curious of seeing what this does, and this and that and this and that. Everybody wants an example of something. And what has happened? Hey, the Lord gave them up to their reprobate minds. So, hey, be careful out here, man, because the world we live in is very wicked. It will destroy you. Again, these women, they're for hot girl summer, licking each other, homosexuality, and they're for the. And you want to know something? Just as you saw Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, these grown ass grown ass people are for little kids and for to be fucking homosexuals too, and they can be in some pedophile ring or in somebody's house somewhere in the basement, getting pent up and getting who knows, man. And that's the society we live in. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.